So who am I and why does it matter? Like I said, fuck them glasses. There's a lot about me you'll find out. My name's Michelle. It's nice to meet you. As I've said in another video, I'll say it again. I'm a second-year master's student and I'm working on my master's in clinical psychology with an emphasis in marriage and family therapy along with clinical counseling. 8 years ago, I tragically lost a daughter that I had carried to term, and that shit traumatized the hell out of me. And for 3 years, I was debilitated by grief. And after that, I was like, you know what? It's time to get the hell up and it's time to do something. I had my come to Jesus moment 6 years ago in the midst of my grief, and I haven't looked back since. It was the best choice I ever made. Everybody online right now has autism. Everybody's neurodivergent. Everybody's got ADHD. But guess what? The difference is that I do have ADHD. I didn't find my symptoms out online. I was diagnosed. I am medicated, but I'm wild. And this is going to be my perspective about grief as a emotionally dysfunctional ADHD cisgender woman. Now, I say cisgender, that doesn't mean that however you identify is not welcome. I'm telling you my perspective. So please don't take this as I am not inclusive. We love everybody, everything, everywhere here. What I am telling you though is that grief is different for women with ADHD. Or you can educate me and put your term here. I'm always up to being educated. If you don't identify as cisgender, please tell me what you identify as, and I would love to incorporate that in all of my content. This will be my perspective. ADHD sucks. It's hard. Social media makes it seem cool. Like we just forget things, or, oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's so relatable. Oh, everybody goes through that. No, that shit's not funny. It's actually really hard. And yeah, some of the stuff I see online, okay, I'll laugh and I'll say, yeah, I totally thought I did this or whatever. But when it comes to things like making decisions, choosing what to do in your life, choosing dinner, just kidding. But that does suck too. Where you're gonna go to school, where you're gonna live, all these big choices in your life, and grief and trauma, they don't even have that shit figured out yet for us. And I'm not just talking women, because women and men are, and all of the above, all inclusive. Like I said, educate me, please. I'm not going to pretend that I have all of the education in the world, because clearly I'm still a student and I'm still figuring this out. So please educate me. Just be nice about it and be nice to each other. But that whole point, that whole tangent is that it's not just the individual that is giving birth or losing the child in that moment. Not fetus. You're never going to hear me say fetus. Child. The loss of life. It's everyone. It's family, friends, spouse, partner. Insert here. That's going through it. There's nothing. Who's going through the physical portion of losing the child and also having ADHD. And then moving on past this empty cradle thing that you read all online about, there's no baby, no cradle, and actually looking at the individual and looking at their differences, and maybe they're not neurotypical, and helping those who are neurodiverse out, like me, who has a problem emotionally regulating herself. So we're going to talk a lot. This channel, I hope to evolve. I joke all the time because I'm also starting on Facebook as well, a support group to take along with me as I go through the last year of my schooling in theory and then into my practicum, which is my clinical training. I plan on taking that through with me as I go towards moving into my licensure to become state licensed. As my scope evolves, as I learn more, as I become specialized in my training, this is going to evolve. And my goal is to bring more awareness to grieving and neurodivergence, neurodiversity, and the problems and the way that it affects us so deeply and different for those of us who feel and we don't need words, who are so empathetic that it feels kind of like a sickness, who are so hypersensitive to others that people think you're crazy. Yeah, this is for those people, because I'll tell you what, in the 8 years I've been grieving and watching things about ADHD and also grief, right? All of those different models of grief and all those different beliefs, I have never heard one person talk about having ADHD in particular, being neurodiverse, and grieving, and how that takes your emotions that are already all over the map, all over the place. Let's insert a cute, like maybe map, or like maybe my son can put in like a constellation. We're all over the place because we are spicy. Yes, we are. And then adding grief and trauma, the trauma of birthing a child that is not with us, or at home losing a child because they won't let you come to the hospital because you're not far enough along. Yeah, let's talk about that. And let's talk about emotional dysregulation, meaning I don't know what to do with my emotions. And right now, I've never gone through this shit before. Something's wrong with my body. I'm losing my baby and I don't know what to do. And none of the medical models, none of the counseling models know what the fuck to do with you. If you don't like cussing, I'm sorry. I cuss. I'll try to keep it to a minimal. If it really bothers people, I can try to make some without cussing, but this is who I am. I am medicated, like I said, but I am wild. And whenever I feel passionate about something, it just comes out. And sometimes I can't remember what I said before. Not trying to be stereotypical, but it just comes out. And sometimes it's great. So I just let it come out, and I will do better to have a filter if it really does bother people. But I feel like my audience is not going to be worried about a couple cuss words, and instead connecting with somebody who we could stand in the same room with each other and profoundly know how each other is feeling without words. So welcome. I hope you guys have enjoyed this wild video already. I'm not sure because I can't remember if I said it, but being a master's student, I'm also a mother myself. I have 4 amazing children. I'm working on my own degree. That means I'm doing this that I'm being inspired to do by school, which, hey, great, they're suggesting it. I don't know how the hell I'm going to fit this into my schedule, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try really hard because I feel like I can't be silent anymore. So I'm working on this project in my spare time. So if I don't get back to everybody immediately, or the videos take a little while, which I don't think anybody's really going to watch this at first, so I don't think there's going to be a high demand, but if it takes a minute, will I figure everything out depending on how I feel inspired, which I'm feeling super inspired today.